PUDcast is filmed before a live studio audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUDcast with Jason and Mike. I'm Jason.
I'm Mike.
We're coming to you from the Pud Cave, located here in Game Swap in beautiful downtown Lincoln in the great state of North Carolina. Mikey, brother, what is going on?
Wow. It's a week.
Brother,
it's another week in the can.
And done, man. I'm ready to put a fucking end to this week. Ready to close the book.
Say the can.
You mean?
I mean.
Yeah. Most of this week for me has been a huge.
Hey man, let me ask you about that.
Yeah.
The fail from the fail. What is it even called? Is it a horn?
I guess it's like the fail horn or something. Yeah.
From The Price is Right.
Right.
Did you ever watch The Price is Right and hear that and just be like, man, that is the best thing ever?
Oh God, yeah, I love that.
When they just fail.
Yeah, I love the sample, man. I love the whole. Yeah, it's iconic. You know, it's a sample or a sound effect. It's really iconic.
It's like when they fail, it's just like
dumbass. You know what? I think my favorite though, even more favorite than the fail horn, is when the little guy, the little mountain climber, lady, and then he falls over. Yeah.
Keep going.
It's like one of the few times you pull against the because usually I like to see him win, you know.
Yeah.
But when they had a little mountain climber dude, I was like, nah, man, I hope this motherfucker goes over the edge, and he mostly would, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, brother, I mean,
he's like, oh, dumb fuck.
You suck.
You suck.
But dude, you know, now that we're using the sound effect and we got it here on the podcast, now it kind of hurts a little bit because even just talking about this past week, you know, it's like, oh God, you know. But
you were the guy that went over the mountain,
bro. Oh, lady, dead, man, as a doornail, brother. Well, Mike, you know, we're going into our second week of basically not having a format, which is working pretty good for me, dude.
Yeah.
So what the fuck you want to talk about, man? What's going on, man? What is going on? I guess you want to talk a little bit about the world of pro wrestling. I don't know what the fuck's been going on.
Let's see. AEW.
Dude, it's
all out. Sold
out in like 15 minutes.
Sold out.
15 fucking minutes, man. It seems like I actually read where there was a demand for over 100,000 tickets. I just read that this morning that I don't know how they got that number. I don't know what kind of polls or, well, you know, I don't know how they arrived at that. But 100,000 tickets is what the interest was. Yeah. Dude, I would pay it. Yeah. I mean, I would love to go to one of their shows. Yeah. In fact, Mike, I was going to say when the next pay-per-view, which is in the end of August, man, let's get up and watch that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
that'd be great.
It's one of the, you know, after we watched Double or Nothing, you know, we didn't watch it together. We watched it separately, you know, in our own time. And I know we even talked about it on our review show. Yeah. I would absolutely go in with some friends to watch that. Yeah. I mean, that's an event, dude. And it's a Saturday night, too, so you don't have to worry about getting... Well, I know you have to worry about getting up and coming to work. Well, we'll have the podcast the next day.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an issue.
But that's not... Yeah, I mean, but it's not like you got to go to your 9 to 5 or, you know, anything like that.
It's not like trying to watch New Japan Dominion at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Or yeah, exactly. Or fucking WrestleMania that goes on to 12 or 1 a.m., you know. I mean...
Oh, that was a...
I always wondered why the pay-per-views were on Sunday. Even back in the day, I mean, I know they were kind of a Sunday tradition, you know, especially when you had ECW, WCW, and WWF all running, because, I mean, that was basically 3 out of 4 weeks of the month that we would watch wrestling pay-per-views. But, you know, back in those days, we were younger, in my 20s, I could do that, man. I could stay up to midnight, one, drinking, raising hell party, and wake up and go to work the next day. But now? Yeah. Brother, my 40s, shit, man, there's no fucking way.
You know, I think I had read I was reading something about that not too long ago. The reason it is on Sundays, and they had tried, you know, on Tuesdays, certain ones.
Yeah, Tuesday in Texas comes to mind, right? Yeah.
But I think the whole reasoning behind having it on Sunday is having that event, especially a live event, on a Sunday.
Kind of like the Super Bowl or a big football game or a big sporting game, you know, racing, you know, Daytona, you know.
Not just about the pay-per-view, but the actual live event itself brings in the most on a Sunday.
And I can see that,
Attendance-wise.
Right. And I guess even, if the pay-per-views, because usually they would get up around 10 or so, which wasn't too bad, even for my old ass today. I mean, 10 o'clock's not too bad. No. When you start getting to 11, 12 o'clock, that gets a little, even back in the day, I think that would have been kind of rough. Hard. Yeah. Well, I know I used to have to take the day after WrestleMania off back in the day because that was our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't just watching wrestling.
No.
Hell, a lot of times I don't remember the main event. No. We'd be partying so hard.
That reminds me of like WrestleMania 2000. I barely remember anything from that.
I tell you, man, I remember. I was fortunate enough to have a job to where to this day, one of the best friends I've ever had was my immediate supervisor. Mm-hmm. And her name's Katie, and I think I've even talked about Katie on this show before. And I know we all are friends. We all know each other. And she was my immediate supervisor, so I remember calling her WrestleMania Sunday, already 3 sheets to the wind. Like, hey, you coming over to watch WrestleMania? Woo! Raising hell. No, I can't make it. Then the next day I had to call in sick.
Hey.
But it was cool, man. She was cool about it. Yeah. She was like, hey, I know why you're not coming in today, But I was...
I don't know what happened.
I got a cold. Got the Irish flu.
Just not feeling it.
Just not, man. And she was like, I don't know why you're not coming in. But I just think it was funny because I was trashed when I called her originally the day before, already partying, hey, come over and hang out. We're drinking, woo,
Yeah.
Next day, hey, boss lady, I can't make it.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, yeah. I'll see you Tuesday. Yeah. But it was cool, man, and I was excused. I was able to take the day.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but good times, man, good times.
But this is going to be a huge show. The All Out pay-per-view,
right?
You've got obviously Chris Jericho and Hangman Page,
right?
To figure out who is the first AEW World Champion,
right?
Excuse me. And then you've got Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega.
That one. I think that's the one I'm looking forward to more than anything. I'm a Moxley fan, dude. I really am. I said it the other week. I think in a year's time, he is going to be the most sought after professional wrestler on the planet, man.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he'll get to Stone Cold level or not, but I'm not saying he won't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You heard it here first, man. And I know some people don't agree with that. I've read some people online. It's like, well, who gives a shit about, Moxley? And I'm not going to put anybody on blast or anything, but even personal friends of mine, I'm saying, it's like, I don't get it, and
went to Japan.
Right. Won their U.S. title.
Right. Which is, that's a pretty prestigious
Absolutely,
title.
Yeah, man. I mean, didn't Kenny Omega have it?
Omega,
Jericho had it, yeah. It's definitely a stepping stone.
Yes.
One thing I really like about AEW, too, is how they let their talent go to these other federations. Yeah. Dude, there's always been something really cool when people bring in belts from other federations.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It almost lends a certain credibility to the sport of professional wrestling. And you notice I did say the sport.
Yes.
It does. It adds that. I remember when the Road Warriors would come in back in the day, and they would have the
AWA titles.
And also they had
IWGP tag team titles.
And it's like, wow, man, this is actually...
Hey, we're kicking ass over here.
Damn right.
We're here to kick ass over here.
And we can prove it because we got their titles on another television program, man. That was...
Although they never got the titles until later
on. Yeah. But still, having that, and now the AEW is doing that.
Yeah.
I would like to say AEW...
Well, the Bucks, they got the AAA tag titles.
Which was actually defended on their pay-per-view. Dude, I love that.
Absolutely wonderful.
I love that.
Absolutely wonderful.
It brings that believability back. It's like, okay, this is actually, it feels like a sport again. Yeah. Something that has not felt like in a very, very long time.
Yep.
And obviously, dude, I'm a firm believer of understanding pro wrestling is a work. It is an art form. It is entertainment. But, man, when you can start blurring those lines like they used to do back in the day, it just adds so much more to it.
Really
and bring those other belts in from other federations. And having that, I guess, coordination with each other. And I love it, Mike. It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan again. It really is.
Unless you're Jim Cornette.
Boy, I love Corny. I
do.
We have spoke about Cornette 100 times on this show, and we will continue.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, let's put him over for staying relevant.
Yes.
Everybody wants to say, oh, he's old school. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about anymore. But you know what? We're talking about him.
Right.
He is in the forefront, man.
Yeah.
Cornette is so in the public, the professional wrestling public's eye.
Yeah.
And he is never going away
Right.
because he's Jim fucking Cornette.
Yeah.
But, brother, I agree with him on, I'd say, 90% maybe of his wrestling outlook. But there's that 10%, dude. He's...
Here's the thing with Jim. I love Jim Cornette. Absolutely love Jim Cornette, everything he's done. I think he is the foremost wrestling historian.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But there again, his ideas and his thoughts are really locked into that time period.
And you know me, Mike, and I've said it on this show 100 times. I'll say it 100 more. I am a traditionalist. I agree with Cornette to a huge degree. I think where me and Cornette split ways is I do recognize that wrestling has progressed.
Yes.
You know, I recognize it. And I don't fight it, man.
Right.
You know, you can't really fight the progression, where Corny's trying to fight it every step of the way. And it's like, once again, to kind of give the AEW their props and to put them over, there is something for every kind of wrestling fan. There is something for the Joey Ryan fans, you know, and there's something for the Jim Cornette fans.
Right.
I mean, you know, Cornette, I listen to him just completely bury the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
I
love the Battle Royal. That was probably what I will still go back and watch this Battle. I've watched it probably like 10, 15 times.
It's an amazing.
Like,
it's
man,
amazing.
This is fucking incredible. Which is a big leap from the 50-man fuck fest that was going on in Saudi Arabia in that fucking ring.
Dude, I'm just not even going to attempt to watch any of that show. I know even you last week were like, dude, you should watch it. Just put it in the archives. Mike, brother, you know, I've only...
And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me that I just, you know, I like watching shit. I think... And I like watching flies go on the shit.
I think what it is, man, is you're more of an historian than I am. And I think we've established that on this show a million times. I think for you want to take it all in.
Yeah.
Where I'm over here like, I don't want to waste my time, man.
Right.
You know, even if I'm just sitting on the couch staring into space, I'd rather do that than watch Goldberg and Undertaker fiddle farting around.
That's the one you really should have watched, because that was like, my God, I can't believe this is happening.
So bad it's historic.
Yeah.
It's and that, once again, man, going back into that, you being the historian to me, just being like, God damn, I'm not wasting.
Why would you ever?
Who would do that? Who would do that? Well, man, let's stay positive. Let's talk a little bit more about, well, semi-positive, because I want to talk about Corny's reaction to that Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that he talked about that I was a little bit on point with him, and I know we even briefly discussed it, and I don't want to sound mean and I don't want to sound discriminatory or anything like that, man, but the double amputee guy, I'm
fucking fantastic.
Dude, you know, I'm on the fence.
I think it's bullshit that he would say, man, this is ridiculous.
What did he call him, legless something?
Like,
I'm sorry, man, I'm not trying to be mean.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Cornette?
But, you know, man, I can... Jesus, man. Once again, this is
go
where...
back to Zach Gowen.
Yeah. But even with Zach Gowen, you know,
dude,
that's the...
Do it. It's wrestling.
It's not real. I know that. But at the same time, man, I'm kind of with Corny on that one, because it's like, what is this guy supposed to do? He just kind of hangs out in the corner. I mean,
that's the part I didn't like as much. I like the guy. I thought he was great.
I think he's brave as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's brave, man.
I don't think he should have been put in that corner the whole time.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah.
Until MJF could, you know, throw him out.
That's another guy.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Even Corny's putting him over.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Corny's putting MJF over like nobody's business. So that tells you right there that this guy is on point, man.
Yeah.
But before we get to MJF, man, just talk a little bit more about that Battle Royal.
Did you see, before I forget, there was an incredible post that somebody put up the other day where they had MJF sign a 8x10.
Okay.
To one of their friends, whose name was Brian.
Okay.
And he signs it, and he signs to ugly fuck MJF.
Wonderful, man.
I mean,
Wonderful. Dude, I mean,
fantastic.
it's so great that these guys can actually be themselves and put their characters over. Did you see the little interaction him and Jericho had?
Yeah, on the Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah. Something MJF was like, hey, congratulations, Dad.
Dad.
You learned how to use
the Twitter.
And it even had like the little smiley face emojis with it.
Yeah.
I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, now MJF and Jericho.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Let's hold off on that. That's one thing,
okay.
the AEW. Let's hold off on that because that can be spectacular down the line. Let's let MJF get his heat more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to go back to that Battle Royal, Mike, and this is where me and Corny agreed / disagreed.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of comedy in it.
Yes.
There was. What's the Japanese guy that does the baby oil again?
Oh, God.
Nakazawa.
Michael
Yeah.
Nakazawa.
You know, man, I was kind of like, oh, give me a fucking break. When he poured out the baby oil, I was like, come on, man.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But you see, that's the thing, Mike. We're different kind of fans. But we both enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
And we both enjoyed the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Because for every comedy like little skit they would do, you know, they would have some really good shit.
Right.
Like traditionally speaking. It was all good, man. It was all good. Even the comedy was good.
Well, see, that's the thing. And I don't know if he realized this or not. This is just a pre-show.
Yeah, this wasn't even the pay-per-view,
No.
man. I didn't actually watch this till after I watched the pay-per-view.
This is just a pre-show.
Yeah, this is free.
This is not even your main card.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
You know, if you're going to put it anywhere, put it on the pre-show.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, because that way you still get that comedy, and it's a good warm-up, too, man. You know, it was a great introduction into the product. Dude, that Battle Royal really encompassed what AEW is as a whole.
Yeah.
That Battle Royal said this is what our company is. Because you had the comedy, you had the stunts, you had the traditional. You had, I mean, man, when Adam Page won that match.
comes in, boom.
Dude, and when him and MJF had their ending, that shit went from straight comedy to straight real traditional shit.
Yeah.
All in the same match, man. And I love that.
Yep.
I mean, I love that. And because like I said before, man, there is something, as of right now, what limited experience we've had with AEW, I can see from just that one show that there's going to be something for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, why not go with that? And they're holding on to that independent type vibe, too.
Yeah.
And
Which is what people love.
They like that.
That's where your crowd is.
Exactly, man. And they're doing it in a tasteful, tactful way. Even like with the Joy Ryan thing, where they're like, well, what are you going to do, Joy Ryan? Are you going to come to AEW? You going to stay independent? And he decided to stay independent, but they showed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, this is just in a little, armory or something. Once again, it reminded me of the old NWA, where you would just go to some house show somewhere, a title could change hands, a big announcement, an angle could get started. And, dude, that shit could be at West Lincoln. Well, hell, look, when Abdullah the Butcher jumped Dusty Rhodes in West Lincoln.
Absolutely.
It's a angle, man, and you didn't know it was coming. Nope. It was not
That's right.
predictable.
Yeah, exactly.
You had no idea. And that's how I felt watching Joey Ryan make the announcement on AEW's program that he would not be going to AEW.
Right.
Just like we're bringing those belts in, dude, it just adds something to it.
Yeah.
And that was one thing. You know, even WWF did that back in the Attitude Era, like with ECW, NWA.
That's
you remember when they started doing that?
Yep.
How awesome was that?
I know.
You know, that's what, to me, dude, when they started bringing the NWA people in to WWF back in that time, is when I was like, oh, shit, I may change the channel.
Right.
You know, oh, shit, ECW's there?
Yeah.
I'm definitely changing the channel.
I think it was better with the ECW than it was the NWA stuff.
I agree 100%. But I did like the NWA stuff. They like the Rock and Roll Express, Jarrett. They were trying to put, Severn. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, dude, that was another example. Severn would walk in and have all these title belts.
Yeah.
And it was so cool, man. Yeah. And that's when people started changing the channel. You know, well, WCW's still. We know the NWO is going to get over on everybody. Right. But, hey, I hear the Rock and Roll Express are defending the NWA Championship on Raw.
What?
Motherfucker. Let's see, man.
Against the New Midnight Express?
Which,
oh, shit.
Damn it. Let's go ahead. Just some things you just shouldn't mess with, man. I don't know why they just didn't keep the Rock and Roll Express heel for that.
Or I don't know.
Or introduce somebody new.
Have the Heavenly Bodies come
back. Or just start a new team, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought, now who was it, man? It was Al Snow and Bart Gunn. Wasn't that the new Manette Express?
Bob Holly.
Bob Holly. That's right. That's right. That's right. Beautiful Bob Holly or some shit like that.
Bombastic Bart.
Yeah. Jesus Louises. Let me go ahead and hit that again.
Hit that again, son.
But yeah, man. But it was still they were doing something different, man. They were going a little outside the box.
Exactly. You know? Yeah.
So,
but no, I can't get enough of this guy. I can't say enough about this guy. Orange Cassidy.
Oh no, that's the sloth, right?
Yeah.
Once again, this is.
If you get a chance, just check out some of his independent matches.
I don't know what to think, Mike.
Dude, it is incredible. This dude is doing incredible stuff with his hands in his pockets. It's so good. He had a match. I recommend this one. He had a match with Kylie Ray.
Right. Smiley Kylie?
Kylie Ray.
Who I'm in love with, by the way. Just not only with her physical appearance, but also her work rate is
what
great.
Bailey should have been.
Yes. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Super Bailey.
Yeah. Really.
Seriously, yeah.
But this match was awesome. I mean, it was so good.
I've never seen a full match with this guy. I only saw him in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
And I think I saw him work a spot or something. Once again, Mike, this is one I'm a little on the fence about. You know, you talk about taking all the believability away. You know, it does.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not traditional.
All right.
It's very new type, new style, comedic style. But it's different.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining. The people get into it. So, you know, am I going to be Jim Cornette on this one, or am I going to be more like Mike Payne on this one? I lean a little bit more toward Cornette on this one.
I think you need to watch some of these matches and just see. It's like, what's going on here? And then you're like, huh, I'll be damned.
I agree. I do need to see more.
Yeah.
I do need to see more.
Then by the end of it, you're like, holy shit.
I may change my mind completely.
I just watched something that I never thought I'd watch.
I just know, man, when him and Tommy Dreamer had their spot, and he's just slightly kicking him.
That's just a little teeny taste.
And he keeps his hands in his pocket. Once again, man, do we go to believability, that traditional, like, this is real, these guys can whoop your ass in a bar, or is it like, okay, this is entertainment, this is an art form, this is us trying to do different things.
Okay.
You know, let me put
it over to two other personalities in that Battle Royal as far as believability.
Right.
That would be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Who are probably my favorites right now, man. I mean, they're great. And they're a team. Like, they're together, man. They have like a little a team thing going on. I love it. I love it. Like I said, the Luchasaurus spot that they did on the Being Elite. Now, they didn't do it this last Being Elite, but the one before where he was giving the historic facts.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was hilarious, man. I thought it was some of the best shit on. And Jungle Boy's right there with him.
In the grocery store?
Yes. Yep. Yes. I mean, it's hilarious.
Is that believability?
No, but you know, okay. Here's kind of my counterpoint to that. I hear you. I hear you, man. But here's my thing. It's like, it's one thing doing the spots and the angles outside the ring, you know, because we've always had that. We've always had characters. We've always had little things, you know, vignettes and things of that nature. I mean, hell, was it? Well, I was about to say, was it believability, or was it believable when Kurt Hennig would do all his perfect shit? And it's like, well, yeah, it kind of was, because that was real. But, man, when you put it in the ring, I think it becomes a little different, man. In other words, there is a difference between your character and your ring work. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's like Papa Shango, man. We know Papa Shango didn't really curse the Ultimate Warrior. Well, maybe he did. But
oh my God.
But when they got in the ring, man, they were a traditional style kind of match. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not saying there's any right or wrong to it. It's an opinion. It's almost like music, man.
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know, do you like this band? Do you like that band? There's really no right or wrong. You're not going to be out there, just like in a rock band, same thing with a wrestler, you're not going to be out there unless somebody likes you.
Right.
Unless you're doing something right to the masses.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but yeah, do like I said, man, do I get into the sloth work style? What I've seen, I'm like, come the fuck on. But I do need to see a little bit more before I actually make a judgment call. I'll concede that, man. I'm not as familiar as I should be to make that call. But as of right now, between him and the double amputee, I'm just like, I mean, seriously, man, what's he supposed to do? I mean, I'm like, he can't go for the belt.
What are you talking about?
I mean,
why not?
I mean, what the fuck is he going to do, man?
I don't think he should have been counted out.
Well, he went over the top, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, so...
Did his feet touch the ground?
You see, that's the bullshit I'm talking about right there, Mike. That's the bullshit. Oh, God damn it, man. No.
I don't know you!
You see, no.
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying.
Man,
I'm just saying.
I mean, what? I mean, really, though, man. The best spot with that... Now, let me say it again. And we put him over, and I'm going to put him over again. He's got more guts and integrity than probably anybody I know.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
to get in the ring...
Yeah.
With and unfortunately be a double leg amputee, and to do the shit he was doing.
Yes,
I mean you can't take nothing away from his athletic ability. You can't take anything away from the heart the man's got.
That's right.
Probably, man, maybe the most respected wrestler out there for me.
Yeah.
But believability wise, man, it's like, what's he going to do?
Not? Why not?
I mean, so you see him and Jericho wrestling for the belt?
Why not?
Dude, all Jericho's going to do is just stand on him.
If he can get him.
Well, how can you not?
I think he should do just a series of rolls. Just roll it out of the way.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man. That's gotta
cover him. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing you gotta do is just catch him.
I'm talking about the what is his name? Jason Houston.
Are you talking about the guy with?
Yeah.
I can't recall his name. Man.
It's Jason Houston. Dude, I'm telling you.
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah. I'm telling you. No, maybe not the title.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Obviously. But I think there's potential there to have a match, and you can have a match with this guy.
I agree. Yeah. You
definitely can.
I can see him more in a tag situation or like a triple threat. No, I'm sorry, or like a 6-man. I could see that maybe. And I think you could run some good angles with him. I mean, dude, like I said, the heat that MJF got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
there.
It is there.
There.
You can use him for something. And
I don't think they utilized him enough in that Battle Royal.
I tend to agree with that, Mike. Believe it or not, man, I know because I'm kind of leaning toward not being very, what's the word, man, accepting.
Yeah.
I guess, and that sounds so bad because I do think everybody should have a chance and everybody should get your if you made it to that level, then you.
He took a couple stomps just because he's got. He doesn't have any legs.
Right.
Doesn't mean he has to lay there the whole time just off of 2 stomps.
Oh no, man, no, I mean he was, because he did. He stayed in the corner the whole time.
Yeah.
And he can work, man, because like I said, he did that, he did a couple spots.
619.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And like I said, he was.
Did that flip over the top rope.
Yeah.
Dude, come on. Yeah, he did like a 360.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Splash. Dude.
And
it's there.
But like I said,
it's there.
I think the overall believability, I hear corny in what he's saying with that, because, and I tell you somebody else that Jim Cornette does not like is Joey Janela.
Dude, how can you not like Joey Janela?
I like Joey Janela, man.
I don't understand it. He is taking
dude,
bumps and just sell bumps.
What?
Which is freaking amazing.
Well, who was it? The match?
He's not, doing himself, harm.
Right.
He's in it, but he, the stuff he's taking from these other people, he makes it look like a damn $1 million. Like it's just spiked his head.
Dude, the match. Who did he wrestle that hardcore match with at the first when it all in? Was it Skrull? Marty Skrull?
No, that was Adam Page.
It was Adam Page. Yeah. Dude, I got so much respect for him. That was my first introduction to Joey Janela was that match, and I'm like, Jesus, man, who is this guy?
Dead eye off the ladder.
Oh, man. I mean, that was a tremendous match. But corny, man, he just does not like Joey Janela at all. But, I love corny because, once again, dude, he stayed relevant. Mm-hmm. He is, I mean, people either love him or hate him.
Yep.
And you got to give him his credit for that. He's definitely controversial. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And he's such a conundrum. He's a conundrum of a person because you know how liberal he is. Mm-hmm. But then you hear some of the shit he says, and it's like, damn, dude, did you vote for Trump? I mean,
Yep.
But he's a hardcore liberal, man. But, he's talking a little bit of shit about Sonny Kiss,
I know. It's not, just not accepting of diversity.
As much as you would think, given his political leanings, man. Yeah. Oh, because I know he was really dogging out Sonny Kiss. Dude, I like Sonny Kiss.
I do too.
I think, man, dude, it's so funny. I think Sonny Kiss is just such a reflection of society now, in a good, fucking, very positive way. Because, dude, back in the day, if you were that flamboyantly gay, you wouldn't have made it in. You sure as hell couldn't be yourself.
Right.
Or if you could be, then you'd be the biggest heel. And put and just completely humiliated it probably at every show, especially being a black person, man. On top of that, oh Jesus, man! But now he can be him, and just like with all great wrestling angles, the closer to the reality you are, the better it gets over. And he's over as hell, man, because he's him. He can be himself. But Corny doesn't. He calls him a transvestite shit, and he's like. It's
a little hypocrisy going on.
A little bit, man. A little bit. But I do think it's cool that
snobbish, elitist.
Yes.
It's just not all about that.
It's not, man.
It's just not all about it.
I'm not either, brother. I'm not either. I mean, like I said, I think it's good that we live in society now to where a flamboyantly, openly gay man can come out and be himself and actually be a fan favorite now.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool reflection of where we've come so far, and I'm happy to see that. But I tell you this about Sonny Kiss, man, he does take it to the limit. I mean, he takes his character and he puts it all out there. But like I said, man, it's over because it's him. And I think that's where AEW is really going to excel, Mike. I think not only with like the Sonny Kisses, not only with like Jericho or Omega or Moxley. All their, or Rhodes, I think all their talent are going to be able to be themselves. And I think that's what's going to put them over, brother.
Here's the thing, and going back, we talk about this Battle Royal so much because it is such an integral part of what's going on and what's going to be going on. Right. I think it was so important to have a guy like Tommy Dreamer there.
Oh, yeah.
Who
Glacier.
Just decades before, Tommy Dreamer was in ECW, and a lot of those guys were told they would never be anything. They would never do anything. It was just garbage, trash wrestling down there.
Yep.
It was just comedy and just nothing.
Non-traditional.
Nobody would be going anywhere.
Right. And look, I mean, in ECW, we're still talking. It's iconic, man.
And look at where Tommy Dreamer is today.
Yeah, dude, he stayed once again.
One of the most respected people
ever.
In the business.
In the business, man. It's still relevant.
Yes.
Still relevant after all this time, man.
So I think it was very important to have him in that.
I totally agree.
A part of that.
And even like a Glacier, because he's older, he's known, I mean, and it was completely, like, unexpected. I know we did get the announcement, but even the announcement, I was like, wait, Glacier?
Yeah.
And dude, he's still. I was always a fan of Glacier.
Yeah.
I thought Glacier came in at the worst possible time ever because it was right when the NWO started.
Yeah,
it took all the heat away.
I liked Canyon, who
was Mortis, Wrath. I mean, I like that.
It was a fantastic time.
It was a cool angle. It was more of the I guess the unrealistic type angle, character driven. That's what I'm trying to say. It was more character driven.
Yeah.
Oh, and hell, then you brought the cat in. I mean, who was?
Yeah.
Oh God, man. I mean, I was such a fan of his. Ernest Miller.
Yep.
I was such a because dude, when he went heel, he was one of my favorites. And when he was another one of those guys.
Call my mama.
Somebody call my mama, dude. And he was the real deal, man. I mean, he would really kick your ass. He was a martial arts expert.
Yep.
And dude, when he went heel, he was another one of those guys I thought that just never got the push that they deserved. I still think he could have took that shit on and upward, man.
Yeah.
He had that charisma. He had that much charisma and talent that he could have put some shit over.
Well, another guy that pops in my mind around that era, Norman Smiley.
I love Norman Smiley, dude. When he would do like the little ass slapping thing, the little dance stuff, man, he was great, dude. And he, technically speaking, I mean, he was unsurpassed technically.
Yes.
I mean, Norman Smiley was
as far as technical wrestler.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I put him up there with the Bret Harts. I mean, whoever, man. Malenko's, whatever. Dude.
But did that carry him at that time? No, the comedy.
The comedy part did. It really did. Yeah, because he had to set himself, apart, man.
Yeah.
But he still never
reached that. I think what did he? God, what did he have? Did he have the cruiserweight title? Maybe he had a title.
It seems like it wasn't the TV, was it?
It could have been.
It might have been. It was definitely one of the secondary titles.
Yeah,
but I can't recall what he had.
I don't either. I just remember him coming out all the time, just doing the booty
thing. Yeah, like the little ass slapping thing.
What was it called? The Wiggle?
The Wiggle.
Yes.
It was the Wiggle, man. Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you another wrestler. Now, this is a little after the Attitude Era, and this is actually going into TNA. And I know me and you talked about it, and I think me and you disagreed on this, so I'm gonna bring it up and see. But I'm going to tell you a pro wrestler, just talking about the ones who never was given that chance to shine, who never got the push I think they really should have got, that could have taken it to another level. That was Monty Brown, dude.
Yeah, I always liked Monty.
Dude, I thought Monty Brown, the Pounce?
Yeah.
The Segregated?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I liked Monty.
I thought Monty Brown could have been a next level star if he was given, because, man, he had that charisma. That Pounce was badass, dude, because he was the real dude. He was a football player, man. He was... Dude, he was like Goldberg in a way, because he, I thought he had 10 times more charisma than Goldberg.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he could talk, man. But he just never, for whatever reason.
I forget what happened with him and TNA.
I know he eventually, left, obviously. He did retire. I can't remember why, but I just remember watching him, and I would think to myself, why ain't they pushing this guy as, like, the top guy? Because, dude, he had the size, he had the look, he had the skill. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, man, he was no Norman Smiley, man. He wasn't a technician.
Right.
But he had that Goldberg style. He had that Road Warrior style.
Oh, yeah.
He had that, Hulk Hogan style. He was a big, strong guy. And, dude, the Pounce was the shit. It looked devastating. And he could talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they just never... I don't know, man. It's like they held him down. They just wouldn't put him over. I think TNA did that with a lot of their guys.
Yeah.
And I think that's where TNA just really, just kind of, I don't know, man, just dropped the ball on a lot of guys. Because who was the other guy that TNA had that I was a big fan of? The Pope. Oh, God, man. The Pope. De Niro. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, Elijah Burke in WWE. He was Elijah Burke.
Yeah.
And he was something De Niro.
Oh, gosh.
He was the Pope.
Yeah.
Dude, same thing.
God, I almost forgot about him.
Dude, he was amazing, man. I remember watching one of the TNA pay-per-views, and he headlined. It was a tournament. And he won the tournament. And I was like, holy shit, they're going to start pushing the Pope. But once again, man, they pushed him just a little bit. And then they pulled the rug out.
Yeah.
And that was another one. I'm like, dude, he could have been next level. Hell, ODB.
Oh.
Old Dirty Bitch.
Oh.
Back when the knockout division was smoking hot.
She was badass.
She was the female Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. And you had Awesome Kong there, too. And the Beautiful People. Dude, in my opinion, without a doubt, the best female division ever.
Right.
At any time in any federation. I'm hoping AEW can take that. But, dude, their division, the knockout division, will blow anything WWE's trying to put out today.
Yeah.
Not even remotely close, man. Yeah. Becky Lynch, she's over. People love her. But you put her up against ODB in that time TNA.
That's right.
Come on, man. And you're also talking about WWE, which is a juggernaut, versus, a step above a mud show in TNA. And ODB was still more over.
Right.
Once again, man, drop fucking balls.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be today's subject, man. Just drop balls.
Drop balls. Yes.
Have a couple nuts on the artwork. Hey, we may do it, man. Fuck it, man. It's the new format.
That's right.
The new style.
Yeah. Let me ask you something else. I've been watching. I don't know if you've caught anything of it. Vice Land.
The wrestlers?
The wrestlers.
No, I actually have not.
Really?
Man. Yeah, I need to catch up on it.
I watched about it. I'm pretty sure I've caught every episode up.
Now, I did watch the Dark Side of the Rings.
Right.
I've watched those, but I haven't watched.
Now, during those, they'll do some extended stuff. Interviews from the Dark Side of the Ring, Beyond the Ring.
Yeah, right.
where they'll show extended interviews and clips and some new stuff that they had cut out, I guess, from the show.
Like some outtakes and shit like that, right?
Different stories, extended stories.
I've watched a couple of the Cornette ones.
Yeah.
I know they actually
really
showed
good.
his collection, which, like you were just saying a little earlier, man, the utmost historian.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I mean, I would love to go through that attic, brother. I would love just to go through
I know.
Because I think, didn't he say he has, like, every single article of pro wrestling history from, like, the 30s? Like, if it was ever a show, he has it. I mean, dude, I would love to.
I don't doubt it.
I don't know why he doesn't charge admission, man.
I know.
Dude, he ought to open up a little warehouse somewhere and just charge.
I just don't think he likes people.
I think that's it.
Or people coming in and touching his
looking at his shit. Yeah, I can dig that.
I'd be the same way.
I can dig the hell out of it. But, dude, I would pay. I'd pay to go through there and just look,
I watched the Japanese hardcore stuff. What was it? Wednesday night. Did Japanese hardcore stuff, and it was holy crap.
Now, are we talking about like the alligator death matches, shit like
that? You know, the tubes and the fucking knives, and it's hard.
Barbed wire,
it's
fire.
Hard. Yeah. It was actually really cool, because it was showing some of the newer guys, but it had the guy sat down and talked with Onita. I don't know if you remember Onita from the old death matches, like,
with Cactus Jack and all that.
With Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, guys like that.
I'd probably, if I saw him, I'd recognize him.
The godfather of the hardcore stuff, Onita.
Right. I'm sure if
just the exploding death matches and all that. Yeah.
Right.
He actually looks pretty good
for going through for his age
and going through all that shit. But it was good. It was a good watch. I remember also watching the week before the Japanese women wrestlers and what they kind of go through.
Right.
Which is
hard.
It's hard, and it's kind of watch it. It's just like, wow. Okay.
Really? Okay.
This is kind of.
Is it the same episode in the death matches?
No. This is the week before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's been a pretty good show. I mean, as far as the show, it's not, to me, as good as Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah. Probably because we knew the guys in Dark Side a little bit more, because I tried to watch.
I think it's just a better story structure.
Right. It's better produced and everything. Because I tried to watch the first one about the independent guy, and dude, I got about 15 minutes in, and I just wasn't keeping my interest. It just didn't.
If you're not all into it, it's hard to keep it. Not unlike Dark Side of the Ring, where it's just like, it's got you the whole time.
Exactly.
You want to know.
You want to continue watching it, because even, man, with the Dark Side, a lot of these stories we were familiar with, but I still got some new information out of most of these episodes, especially the Macho Man Elizabeth one. I mean, man, I would say I learned a lot in that episode. Like, for instance, I didn't know Elizabeth had an on-air role before WWF. I thought she debuted in WWF all these years, man. I just never knew that. Yeah. So I did actually learn something. Now, the Montreal Screwjob one, on the other hand, I mean, man, I knew pretty much everything in that episode. But it was still cool. It's always a good story. It is a good story.
Absolutely. I think the funniest part from that Montreal was Jim Cornette
and Earl Hebner leaving at the same time.
At the same time.
Dude, so what do you think about the screw job, brother?
I think we talked about it.
We have.
I just think it's so far past it now. There's no way it couldn't be. That it actually really happened.
So you think it was a work?
No,
I'm sorry. You think it was a shoot?
Yeah, I think it actually really happened.
I'm so torn.
Happened how it happened.
I'm so torn, man. Part of me thinks it's a shoot. It's got to be the greatest angle of all time.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, of all time.
Yeah.
Because I know when I watched Wrestling with Shadows, which I just watched a couple months ago, first time I watched that since back in the day, so when it first came on, everything Brett was talking sounded like a straight up promo.
Right.
Like it was a work. But then again, I got to remember who we're talking about here too.
Bret fucking Hart.
It's Bret Hart. Everything is wrestling to him.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you draw that line between being a mark and being a worker?
Yeah.
Because Bret Hart, to me, man, has always walked that line. I mean,
maybe that's the whole thing. It is a work and a shoot all in one.
All in one. It's a different animal, man. And maybe that's why Bret Hart's one of the greatest of all time. Love him or hate him.
Yeah.
You cannot deny what the man has done in the industry. And now some people say he's the biggest mark of all time. I've heard his interviews. I'm like, damn, dude, you know it's a work or what?
Yep.
But at the same time, you can't deny that's fucking Bret Hart. How you going to call him a mark?
Yeah.
It's weird, man. It's a weird animal. Pro wrestling's such a weird animal.
It is.
Because it blurs the line.
I know.
I mean, you even hear the guys talk, well, we always took care of each other, but they would still pop each other. I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they would never hurt each other on purpose. It's such a weird thing, man. Yeah, it is. It is. It's weird, brother. Well, Mike, man, we're getting close to the halfway point.
Yeah.
We're about 45 minutes in, give or take. What you want to do for the break, brother? You want to play a song? Want to tell a joke? You want to just not do shit? You want to keep going? What you want to do? Dude, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been in a funk for the last few weeks, man. Usually by the time we're ready to start recording, I've already got shit lined up. The artwork's usually ready, you know. Nothing's done, man.
That's all right.
I have name a band, brother, that we played on here. What's something we haven't listened to?
Oh, wow. I would have to say, oh, wow. Okay. I tell you what, the one I always go back to, and still one of my favorites, is Rainbow in the Dark.
Let's do it, man. Let's play some Liliac today.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. The name of the band, Liliac. These guys, man, they're really coming up, too. They are still fucking popular, man. I follow them on Instagram and on Facebook. Dude, they're touring. They're playing gigs. They are coming up, man. And it's really cool, like I said, that we got them before they got all corporate. And, you know, we have to sign our soul away to play one song. So let's eat them up, man. You know, let's do it while we can. So anyway, the name of the band is Liliac. The name of the song is Rainbow in the Dark. It's a cover from the one and only in my opinion, probably the greatest of all time, Ronnie James Dio. So anyway, don't go nowhere, Puds. We're going to be right back.
That it's me who's alive. Hey, this is Chris Reno Baker, and you're listening to the biggest PUDs around. Two of my boys, love them to death. It's Jason and Mike. It's the PUDcast.
All right, Puds, we're back. Once again, the name of that band was Liliac. The name of the song is Rainbow in the Dark. You know, Mike, once again, brother, you know, that's a hell of a cover, dude. If you could take something so iconic, you know, from someone who is so iconic as Ronnie James Dio, which I know me and you both are fans of this man, and make it your own.
Yeah,
that's
and it sounds
great.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, brother, I'm really hard to win over with covers.
Yeah,
I'm exceptionally hard to win over when it's a Ronnie James Dio cover. Because, man, like I said, let me ask you, Mike, between him and Ozzy, who do you put over? Because do you really?
Yeah,
really?
I do. I've
always been torn, brother, because to me, Dio, I think Ozzy had more content per se. You know, I love Ozzy too, and it's always been so hard for me to put one over the other. But Dio's vocals are just so strong. Yeah. And so on point, you know, because Ozzy's could get a little...
It could. You talking about recording wise or live?
Well, either really. Okay. You know, really either. Now, recording wise, Ozzy always they always brought the best out of Ozzy in the studio. Very few Ozzy albums up until maybe some of the later stuff, like Black Rain. I was not a fan of Black Rain. No. Osmosis had some hits and misses. Dude, even No More Tears, I thought had some hits and misses.
For sure.
A lot of people consider that to be one of his greatest albums, you know, an iconic album.
I do not.
I don't either. I don't either. To me, it was too overproduced, man, for one. I like the song No More Tears. I've always liked that song. I like that bass line. It's really simple, but it's really a great hard-hitting bass line. Yeah. And as a bass player, it was easy to play back in the day.
Right.
You know, so, and I like the song overall. I love Zakk Wylde. I've always been a Zakk Wylde fan. I like Black Label Society as well. But that album to me was just so overproduced, man. It was almost like a pop album.
Yeah, it was.
Not a metal.
Absolutely was.
It was. It really was. And Mom, I'm Coming Home, which, you know, man, I like the song, I guess. Don't get me wrong. If it comes on the radio, I'm probably going to skip it, you know, honestly.
Not having it.
I was... never a huge fan of the song. I thought there was a lot more better songs on there, but it was the hit, man. It was produced and manufactured to be a hit. Yeah. Whereas you can never say that about Ronnie James Dio, man. It's true. Dio never had a produced hit. Yeah. You know, he never did. He didn't have to. I mean, he was just. I don't know, bro. Vocally speaking, I think Dio is a better vocalist in the traditional sense of the word. Yeah. But there was something magical about Dio. I mean, there was something, he just had it in spades. Stargazer. I mean, magical. Come on, man. Hey, get it? Yeah. You know, because he's you like that? Yeah. But he was. But there was something about Ozzy, dude. Especially those first.
The madness.
It was.
It was just his emotion and just the madness. It was just. Everything around Ozzy.
He truly is rock and roll personified, metal personified. Yeah. You know, like I said, Sabbath is my favorite band. Those first 6 Sabbath albums with you know, Ozzy on vocals are just masterpieces. Every single one of them, man. Like I said, I go up to about Sabotage. Sabotage is my last favorite Sabbath album, you know, because Technical Ecstasy, it has some hits on it here and there. Never Say Die had a couple hits here and there, but song for song, dude, you could tell the drugs had taken hold. You could tell that they were definitely fading out. Ozzy just wasn't in it like he was. Right. But brother, when they brought Dio in for Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, dude, I put Mob Rules over just as heavy as I do Heaven and Hell. Yeah. In my opinion, I think Heaven and Hell is the best song for song Sabbath album. I think pound for pound. There's not a song I skip. Those other 6 albums, I may skip 1 or 2 here or there, depending on my mood. But with Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, brother, I can put those on. In my opinion, Dio's greatest work are those 2 albums. And he did some great stuff in Rainbow, and he did some great stuff solo. Yeah. Or in the Dio band. Yes. But those Sabbath albums with Dio, shit, man. Once again, Dio, Ozzy, you know, and they always had that feud. You know, because Ozzy had that little midget guy, and he called him Ronnie. Yeah. I didn't know that was for whatever reason. I knew the name was Ronnie. I knew they called him that, but I never put 2 and 2 together to just like a couple years ago. And I was like, man, this motherfucker, you know. And Dio would take shots at Ozzy every single chance he could in every single interview. Yeah. But it was just that kind of rivalry, man. It was almost like going back into pro wrestling. You had these rivalries in music, just like you did in wrestling.
Yeah.
And it kind of made it.
Well, it's kind of like,
fun,
with David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar.
Oh, perfect example. In fact, man, I think there's a lot of comparisons you can make between those two.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I think Ozzy went on, solo and became an icon, and David Lee Roth, unfortunately, his solo career didn't take off like Ozzy's did. But David Lee Roth is not a better singer than Sammy. Sammy is a far, far superior vocalist, man, technically speaking. But those first, 6 Van Halen albums with David Lee Roth, man, are masterpieces.
Yeah.
I don't think anything Sammy ever did came close to those first, especially the first 4 albums.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking from Van Halen 1 through Fair Warning and Women and Children First, Van Halen 2. Those albums,
yeah,
masterpieces. Yeah. Diver Down is great. 1984 is great.
Yeah.
I think 1984 got played out a little bit. It's probably my least favorite David Lee Roth album, to be completely honest with you. But man, Sammy, 5150 is great.
Yeah.
The Fuck album is great. OU812, spotty. Balance, not a good album.
Right.
Balance was not a good album. But same thing, man. Sammy, far better. And dude, anybody, I will take anybody to task on this, man. Prove me wrong that Sammy Hagar is not a better vocalist. Even live, man, even to this day, Sammy is still putting out great vocals.
Yeah.
But man, just like with Sabbath and Ozzy, same thing, man. They just had a certain chemistry and just a certain magic to it, man. Magic.
Yeah.
Could this be magic? Anyway, sorry about that.
Boy.
That's why we don't have any viewers anymore,
That's
man.
right. There you go.
That's why.
That's right.
So, Mike, let me ask you, brother, what's been going on this week, dude? Any tales from the swap?
Holy crap. Okay. Let's see. Let me ask you, you got any stories from this week?
Nothing worth a shit.
Anything that sticks out?
Nothing that people want to hear about, brother.
Let me start off with yesterday. Okay?
All right.
I get here. It's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful.
Yesterday was a beautiful day, man. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Temperature was right on point, man.
Oh my gosh.
Sun was shining.
It's incredible. I get here and I go next door to get a coffee. And get back in here and start. Man, I'm gonna get some stuff knocked out. I'm in that motivated mood.
Kind of got that zone, kind of in that zone going on.
I'm at the computer. I'm like, man, all right, let's get this done. Let's get this and let's.
Now you're not snorting cocaine, correct?
No. What? It smells like shit in here.
Okay.
What the fuck? No, I'm starting to smell my
Make
shirt.
sure it ain't you. Yeah, right.
What the hell? I just took a shower this morning. It's ridiculous. What the hell? I'm looking down. I'm like,
make sure you didn't step in any dog shit or anything.
I look at my shoe and it's like nothing. And I look at the other shoe. Like, God damn it.
Really, man? You done stepped in a pile?
I had the biggest fucking turd on my fucking shoe. I'm
nice.
like, where the fuck did this come from? So I'm looking around. There's obviously a trail leading to the fucking front door. Haven't even opened yet. So, so I sling the door open. And there's people out there. I'm just looking around like, what the fuck? And there it is, right there on the sidewalk.
So, somebody's dog shit on the sidewalk.
Yes.
And didn't clean it up.
Nope.
Let you step in it.
Yep.
God damn it, man.
Yep.
Dude, this is why people can't have nice shit.
Nope.
This is why, man.
And I want to tell you, because here, I have my nice shoes. These shoes right here.
Yeah, those are some nice shoes. I know y'all can't see them, but these are some nice kicks, man.
Yes. Yeah. These nice shoes. I love these shoes. They're comfortable. They look great.
They look good, yeah, man.
Except when they got dog shit on them and they smell like dog shit.
Yeah.
So I had to take this time that I had wanted to dedicate to work and getting stuff done around here. An hour cleaning shit off my shoes and the floor.
Because somebody else didn't clean up their shit.
After their fucking dog.
That they were responsible
I can't blame
for.
the dog.
No, I mean, a dog's going to shit, man. No, it ain't up to the dog. And on a sidewalk uptown Lincoln, man.
Yeah.
Dude, not to get, obviously we don't get too political. We don't get too social, shit like that. But this is what bothers me about people who think that society's ready for some kind of like giant cooperative, some kind of communal type living. People don't even clean up their fucking dog shit. How do you expect them to give to society, man?
No.
You know what I'm saying? This is why we can't have nice. Well, we all should just live in harmony and peace with each other and help each other out. Well, start cleaning up your dog shit. Start cleaning up your fucking dog shit. Dude, it's like some of these marches, and I'm not going into what kind of marches or this or that, but it's usually, you know, a big social agenda where we all, you know, become one and this and that. And then you see the after effects of said marches or protests or whatever, and they're fucking filthy, man.
Somebody's got to clean that shit up.
Somebody's got to clean it up, man. Somebody's got to clean the shitters. That's what kills me about certain people out there. I'm like, everybody wants to be a fucking philosophizer. Yeah. Seriously. You know,
not a word.
But it is now, goddammit. But seriously.
Sounds like a weapon.
It should be. Well, it should be a weapon of fucking cleaning up your dog shit.
Shot me in the dick with the philosophizer.
For real. Oh, man, I got philosophizers right in the nuts.
Philosophizers.
I got philosophizers in the ball sack.
Oh, fucking big stun, big time.
Big for real. But seriously, man, I mean, it's like, well, I want to be a philosopher. Well, I want to, you know, do this, you know, whatever, man. I want to be an actor. I want to paint or be a musician. Well, motherfucker, somebody got to clean the shitters, too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I don't know, dude. I get aggravated.
Okay, yeah, okay. That reminds me of how much bullshit I think reincarnation is.
Okay,
because everybody that believes in reincarnation believes they are reincarnated from this famous or infamous figure in history.
Okay. No. What are you talking?
You know what I'm talking about? Say, if somebody believes in reincarnation,
right?
Usually, 9 times out of 10, they're going to believe that they're, you know, the reincarnation of
George Washington or some shit. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
MLK. Yeah.
Somebody great. Somebody who made an impact.
Motherfucker. No, you are more than likely reincarnated from Ted.
No, which one's Ted? Exactly. Is that what I'm saying? Exactly.
All right.
No, I mean, I like I said, I don't want to get too philosophical, you know, just to go back on my original point. But that's the kind of shit that kills me, man. Just going back to the dog shit on the sidewalk, because I see stuff like that all the time, man. You know, I work in a lot of the general public is around too, and I'm just like, you know, everybody's idealistic. Everybody wants the world to be this great big communal living type situation, which would be great. I mean, it would be, obviously, but once again, man. Somebody, well, if people would clean up their fucking dog shit, it might. But that's the problem. People won't clean up their dog shit. Like I said, man.
That's the thing. If nobody's cleaning up their dog shit right now, if they were to clean up their dog shit, we'd be all right.
We'd be all right. And that's the thing, man. Somebody's got to do it. Well, if you have this great big society, you know, communal type living, nobody's really got to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. If people can't clean up after themselves, and how are we going to look after everybody else? Well, yeah, maybe one day we'll get there, but like I said, some of these protests and demonstrations and marches and things like that, usually for more liberal type agendas, you know, for the most part, not obviously not all the time,
right.
But when you see the after effects of these things, and you see the just the litter and the unwillingness to pick up after yourselves, and just the total disregard for the people who do have to clean it up, how can you sit out here and talk about taking care of each other?
Woodstock.
Hey, man, that's an example.
Woodstock much?
Hey, man, they just had that Metallica concert in Ireland, and I forget how many people showed up. I mean, it was a ridiculous amount of people. Like, pretty much the entire island showed up, and I saw a picture of that. And, dude, I mean, it was trashed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, people need, in other words, man, we need to have more personal responsibility before we can start trying to, you know, radiate that out to society in general. We have to, you know, start taking care of our own little things, like cleaning up your fucking dog shit. If your dog shits on the sidewalk, clean that shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't give a fuck, man.
Or don't take him downtown.
Or don't take your dog downtown, man. I mean, that's where society, I think, it starts breaking down. And it's across the board, brother. There's way more people that don't clean up their dog shit than do.
Yeah.
And that's sad, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, brother, so did you get the dog shit cleaned up?
Got that cleaned up. That was shitty.
Oh yeah, literally. Literally.
So
where it should have went to begin with.
So next up is, and if you know me, and if anybody knows me, my hatred for sandals and flip-flops and anybody that wears them.
I know you don't have a high opinion of this.
No, I do not. I do not. There's many reasons why.
Right.
But the one example that I had to witness yesterday was absolutely one of them.
Right.
Dude comes in with fucking sandal flip-flops, whatever. I guess you call them flip-flops. They're the ones that have the wide band over the whole thing. You know. I hate Crocs.
Yeah.
I hate Crocs, but Crocs would be a step up from these.
Right.
Definitely a welcome change, because this guy had obviously not cut his toenails. And,
that's so gross, man. Ever?
I won't say ever, because they weren't quite at the
curling.
Loop. They weren't at the loop.
Right.
They weren't at the loop yet, but they were making the turn.
Oh, that's so nasty. Dude, you gotta know what you're doing. I mean, if you're putting on fucking sandals, man, you see it, and you know other people see it.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you?
Because you don't fucking care.
You don't give a fuck, man. You're the kind of person that wouldn't clean up your dog shit.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. So, yeah.
These are fucking talons.
Dude,
at this point.
For real. I mean, that motherfucker
Just
could
gnarred up fucking talons.
He can grab a fish out of a pond.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for real.
Yeah.
You know, dude, I don't even wear that shit. I may wear them at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's about the only acceptable place for sandals. Which, hey, man, if you wear sandals, whatever, I don't give a shit. But I wear them at the beach if I'm at the beach. But, dude, I keep my shit clipped all the time, man, and I wear regular shoes, you know what I'm saying? Regular where you can't see them, and I still keep my shit clipped, you know. Yeah, man, people just don't give a fuck, dude.
Here's the thing. I think I've got nice-looking feet. You know why?
Okay.
Do you know why?
Why's that?
Okay. I take care of them.
Yeah.
For one. And I keep them covered up.
Yeah. That's what I do, man. I mean, unless I'm at home. You know, I don't wear shoes at home, but, you know, yeah.
They're not fucking gnarred up.
Nope.
They don't look like I've been walking from here to Oregon.
Right. Look like like a hobbit.
Yeah, exactly. And those are the ones that wear fucking sandals and fucking flip-flops.
Yeah, man, just for the world to see, man. Just, I don't know, dude. I don't know if it's just oblivious, and we've talked a lot about oblivious people these last couple of weeks, or if it's just not giving a shit,
Not
man.
giving a shit.
I can't figure it out. It's one or the other.
Yep.
It's one or the other, and I just don't know. I don't know which is worse.
And you know what goes well with sandals and flip-flops?
Oh, shit. What's that?
You know what goes perfect with it? Jogging pants.
Oh, of course, man.
Yeah.
It's same thing, man. I don't wear jogging pants unless I'm working out, you know, or something like that.
If you're out of jogging pants, I'm sure you're going to go to the tried and true pajama pants.
Oh, you got to do that, brother. See it at Walmart all the time. I do my shopping early, and dude, it's just hell, man, fuck yeah. I mean, you can go at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and see it. So, I mean, it's not like it's there's a certain window or anything. I mean, it's all the time.
You know, and we've talked about this before. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if, you know, and I know we're treading on some light here as far as our hypocrisy.
Oh boy.
Okay, somebody that's good looking, you know, that can wear, you know, jogging pants, and okay, you know, it's kind of all right, whatever,
yeah.
You know, they're good looking enough, they can pull it off.
Right.
Usually that's not the case.
Probably not, brother. Probably not. Usually, I mean, every once in a while.
Them shits is, you know, the muffin tops overflowing.
Oh, buddy, no, I can't talk about that.
You know, that's a thing, and usually them bottoms are pretty dirty.
Yeah, I've seen something like that too.
Yeah. And
you know, man, I don't want to put where I work out there, you know, but let's just say how to put this, you know, I don't think I'd get in any trouble or anything, but I work, I guess you could say, around education.
Yes.
Let me put it like that. I've literally seen students show up to class wearing pajamas.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it, and I'm just like, no way would I ever do that. I mean, to me, it's a little disrespectful to show up to a class looking like you literally just rolled out of bed, because that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, man, have enough courtesy for your instructors and your fellow students to put on some to put on pants, man. That's all we're asking. Put on some pants.
I see it over here all the time.
All the time, man.
You know, going to court.
Yeah, dude, you see people going to court wearing their pajamas.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yep.
It trips me out, dude. Once again, dude, I've only had to go to court once. And you talk about dressing to the hilt, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't want to get in any more trouble. You know what I'm saying? I did anyway, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I did my best to stay out of getting in more trouble.
It doesn't take a whole lot of effort.
It don't, man. It don't. Just put on pants.
It doesn't.
That's all we're asking.
Put on a shirt. Put on a shirt that's not a sleeve cut off or a tank top.
Exactly. For sure. I mean, for court.
I know.
For court,
I know you want to show those
guns.
I know you want to show those guns and those rad tats.
But you can't have guns in the courthouse, people. You can't have guns in the courthouse. Put on sleeves, man. We're just asking for sleeves. Oh, dude, I've been over here hanging out with you, and I've seen it. You know, and I'm just like, God damn, man. Once again, they just don't give a flying shit.
You can either do that or wear their short sleeve orange suits.
There you go. Because you're going to probably get it. You know, if you're going to wear sleeves at the end of the day, one way or the other. Yeah. Well, Mike, let me ask you, man. Anything else been going on at the swap?
Wow.
Any other characters or?
Let's move on to what I can only call the strangest visit from maybe somebody in the future, or maybe that's
okay. I'm intrigued. Because when you say the strangest brother, I'm like, wait.
Or somebody that's watched They Live too much.
Okay. Oh, shit. You did tell me a little bit about this, but we didn't go into detail. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy comes in. Damn it. Right off the bat, you know.
You can just tell it, see it.
You know, it's like, oh, shit, this is going to be a long visit.
Who's this motherfucker?
Yeah. So he starts out slow enough, but then he builds himself in a crescendo of AI is taking over. It's taking all over all of us.
Right.
Okay.
He might be more woke than you think, brother.
Hey, let me. This is building.
Okay.
This is building.
So this is how we start. Yeah.
Yes.
This is how you start.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. To the point where he's talking about, the communications. Eventually, they'll take us all over.
Okay.
And we're going to be working for them.
All right.
And that the electronics are communicating with each other.
Okay. All right.
Through a series of signals and beeps that he can hear.
Oh, that he can. That he
can.
Okay.
He can. He knows exactly what they're saying to each other.
Oh wow! So he has the power to speak electronic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
so he's binary.
He's not putting this over now. He's like this is happening.
This is the
electronics are bad.
Okay.
While he's in a fucking
video game store. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Keep that in mind.
He's the electronics. They have consciousness. They're communicating with each other, and he proceeds to tell my boombox radio that I have behind the counter to be quiet and go to sleep.
Now, did he speak in English or did he speak in binary?
Yes.
He told
us
in
English.
In English.
He's like, I can hear you. I know what you're saying. Be quiet. Go to sleep.
Dude, that is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Everybody knows electronics can't speak English. They speak binary. You have to know how to speak binary to actually communicate. I can speak binary. I could actually go tell your boombox to go to sleep. That guy's definitely got mental issues. I need to talk to him. Hey man, now let we probably need to bring in the Reverend Doctor for some of this stuff that we're about to start talking about.
He looks at my fucking radio and says, "Be quiet, go to sleep."
Did the radio listen?
No. Of course, because it's a fucking radio.
Wow, man. So fuck, where do we go from there,
man? What do you do? I'm just sitting there fucking nodding.
Well, what do you do?
Nodding, and I don't say a fucking word because anything I say is just going to trigger another conversation of something I don't want. I don't want this fucking conversation to go on anymore. It's gone on way too long.
You should think about the radio. I mean, the radio's over here like, look, dude, let me out of this shit. I'm just trying to play some music.
Look, man,
No, man, I think some of the stuff he may be onto some things, man. For one, artificial intelligence is a little weird, man. Even Stephen Hawking is warned against it. I think Elon Musk even come out and says, "Hey, we kind of got to be careful with AI, because AI could actually turn into Skynet one day. Be like, humans are overpopulated, or
my radio's gonna attack me.
Your radio's probably gonna be okay, man. Just saying." Dude, what trips me out, and I'm not putting people on blast. I'm not going to talk, but I have a friend of mine, and we have mutual friends, and one of these mutual friends is a really good friend of mine, and we communicate. We don't talk as much as we should, but we talk some. So I was asking this guy how our mutual friend was doing. This has been it's been a couple months ago. And he says, brother, he's he thinks the government's spying on him. I think he may have even went as far as to say that the government may have implanted something in his brain or something at this point. I don't know if this guy is on anything or not. I don't know. But how do you explain to somebody? Because I know he's not the only person like that. I've heard of other people. Usually they're on some heavy kind of stimulants, methamphetamine usually, or they obviously have some mental issues. How do you explain to somebody who's, let's just, not speaking about anybody I know personally, but how would you tell a meth head, hey, dude, the government really don't give a fuck enough about you to put a fucking bug in your head or to be spying on you? I mean,
You nod a lot because you don't want this fucking conversation to go on.
Yeah. You just want them to get out the fucking door. I hope they buy something. You hope he didn't buy the goddamn thing, did he, man? Well, no, of course not. He doesn't want to buy any technology.
He just wants to come in and tell me about this.
Yeah. He wants to spread the gospel, man.
Thank fucking God. I would not have gotten through this day without that bit of fucking information.
Dude,
that my fucking radio is sinister. And obviously, the government...
It's a Decepticon.
It's a Decepticon.
It's fucking Soundwave, man.
And on top of that, the government is spying on me, putting my fucking DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince cassette in that fucking thing.
I mean, man, how can you go wrong with DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, man? If anybody's going to shit on them, then shit on them back, is what I say. Brother, I know we've said it before. I'll say it again. I know you get the cream of the crop in this town. Well, Mikey, brother.
And here's the thing: the conversation, the whole thing. And Joe was here, my nephew.
Yeah.
So he witnessed the whole thing, and he was like, my God. So I'm like, the whole thing lasted 10 minutes, but in that I don't know how to explain it other than okay, in stupid time, it's times 10.
Right.
So it feels like fucking forever.
Forever.
This motherfucker is never going to fucking leave.
It's like your concept of time changes when you're around shit like that.
I dare
man.
not say nothing because it is only going to put more time.
It'll get worse. Oh, no, dude. Like you said, man, if you say anything, and do not try to argue with them. Like if you say, look, man, that's bullshit. Now, dude, once again, AI, at some point down the line, I do think that scientists and the engineers and the people that are behind AI do need to make sure there are some safeguards put in place. Because I actually did read something, and it was on a credible website, believe it or not. I actually do go to them every once in a while. But it said something about an AI. An AI program was asked about the population, and it said something about a human zoo or something like that.
Right.
It was kind of creepy, man. So I do think AI, straight up artificial intelligence, where a computer can learn and adapt. Yeah, man, we probably should make sure there are some we need an off switch.
Right.
I'll be the first to say that. But to say all technology is bad, it's all nefarious, it's all working against us, yeah, it's a little hard to swallow, man. Even though this new 5G technology coming out, we'll ask the Reverend Doctor about that stuff, because I have read some stuff about that does sound a little questionable. I can be a little bit of a conspiracy theorist myself. I can be. But I'm not to the point to where I think, hey, the government's spying on me.
Right. I'm
just not that fucking interesting, man. I like I said, going back to my buddy who I've known for a long time and who is a good guy. But, he is unfortunately at this place in life where he does think that he's, being bugged and being watched. And it's like, brother, you're not that interesting. it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to put surveillance on people, and I just don't think the taxpayers, I don't think the people in charge of that, man, think that you're at that level to where we have to do that.
They're not interested in Ted.
No, nobody gives a shit about Ted. I'm sorry, man, unless you're Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
But unless you're Bill and Ted, yeah, you don't give a shit.
Or your reincarnated version of Ted.
Ted the second. Well, hey, man, I tell you, brother, it's a Saturday, and we about to go ahead and start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
But, you know, Mike, one thing I did want to talk about is our Comic-Con that we got coming up on July the 20th. The podcast will be there.
Yes.
So I want to go ahead and make a couple official announcements.
Okay.
The first official announcement is, as of right now, our tentative plan is to record at the show, at the Comic-Con. We're going to record the podcast at the show. How we're going to do it right now, and card is always subject to change. You know, just, you know how that goes.
That's it.
But as of right now, we're looking to start recording at the top of the hour, probably starting around 11 or 12. We don't know yet. I know it starts at 10, so we're probably going to start about 11. And that may change. Yeah. But we're going to try to record at the top of the hour for, 15, 20-minute increments. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to put it all together and create a, hopefully an hour and a half to 2 hour show out of it. So the reason I'm putting that out there for everybody to hear, Mike, is because if you want to come and be on the podcast, you're going to have a chance to. Yeah. You can, man, and we're opening this thing up, man, across the board. We're going to have some guests. Hopefully, we're going to have some people that's going to pop in. I'm also going to reach out to other podcasters, which I did this week. So if you have a podcast, come be a part of it. We're going to try to get some literature printed up. It may be just some Maypop black and white, stuff on a piece of paper, but we're going to hand it out. We want to try to get the word out. I know a couple of the guys that we know, like Sweet Feathery Jesus, Tales from the Video Store. We've heard back from those guys. The Good News with the Reverend Doctor, will be represented. We're going to try to have something put together. We don't know what. We'll probably figure it out a week before. I know my procrastinating ass. Oh shit, I guess I better get on this. Yeah. But the reason I'm putting it out here on the podcast is because, for the podcasters out there, come be a part of it. Yes. We don't want to just be the podcast table. Right. We want to be a podcasting table. We want to be a table for all local podcasts. Not even local. I mean, Sweet Feather Jesus is all over the place. All right. They have people in England, North Carolina, and in Texas. Yes. So, we want to represent those guys. Like WTAU, we want to represent the radio shows as well, just like with Clinton Festo. We want to represent him.
This is a community.
It's a community thing. The Millennium Wrestling Federation has a podcast out now. MWF Talk. I want to bring those guys in. In fact, I may actually reach out to those guys and even, help them with some production things, that would be awesome. Who else, man? Good Lord. Of course, this is a work, and, Long Walk Talks, I heard back from David Hensley, their producer. He wants to be involved with it. Yeah. So we're going to try to figure out all the ins and outs of this thing and exactly what we can put out there. Right. But for the casual listener out there, come be on our show. Yeah. Come out to the Comic-Con. Hell, man, the Comic-Con's fun as hell anyway. Exactly. So you're going to have all of that. Why not come and be on the podcast? Exactly. I mean, we would love for you to come out. That's and like I said, if you can't make it out at 11 o'clock, come back out at 12. Can't make it out at 12, make it at 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're going to go up to about 4 o'clock. Yeah. And come out, man. Say something. Just say "fuck you" or something. Exactly. We'd love it for you to say that. We would love that, man. Yeah. Dude, we're actually going to try to get everybody to say "fuck you" on the podcast at the Comic-Con, because we actually won't be broadcasting where everybody can hear us. It's just for us. We don't want to do that. But come out, man. Be a part of it. July 20th. We'll be definitely putting more information out there as we go. Absolutely. Well, Mike, man, let's see. Is there anybody we want to put over? I think we just put over a pretty good amount of people. Yes, just now. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always forget somebody. Oh, yeah. We always pick them up. But we always try to get them on the next one or the one after that or the one after that. In fact, I was talking to Chris Eisenberg, and he wants you to try to get us to where we're all together. I just wanted to throw that out there, too. Yeah. Because, that's like sitting the two bad kids beside each other in school. So let's make that happen. What else, brother? I think that's about it, man. Can you think of anything you want to? I think that's good. All right. Well, man, what do you want to call the show today?
Stepping in dog shit.
Perfect, there man. Perfect. Well, guys, until next week, y'all watch your step. Yeah, watch your step. That's watch your step. Watch your step, man. That's what we'll call the show. Watch your step. I like that even better. And we'll have a picture of dog shit in the artwork. Watch your step. Done and done. All right, well, Mikey, brother, if you're good, I'm good.
That's it.
That's it, man. Until next week, you puds have a good one.
It's a fucking radio.
And not only that, David, I understand we're right at the end of our program.
No, we have got to go.
This has been a great event.
There's some people out there that hate us for this.